Hi guys, I'm Tom. I built a garage in 2003 after a big heart attack. This is that garage. My father-in-law helped me do it. He was retired at the time, I wasn't, but here we go. That's east, that's north, that's the truck. My father-in-law's former truck actually, but we got it after he passed. Walking down, toys. First thing I bought, about 6-7 years ago, was this bad boy. I haven't learned to weld yet, at least I'm not happy with my welds yet. But lo and behold, there it is, and I'm still trying to learn how to weld. But there it is. Some woodworking stuff, snow blower, a truck with my daughter's dog in it, because she thinks we're gonna go somewhere. One of my benches got a motor sitting on it. It's a 4-cylinder Saturn motor. A drill press. The miter saw that had the bad bushings, that self-destructed bushings. My safe. My son's toolboxes. He doesn't have any place to put them in his house, so there you go. Another motor on stand. It's a gantry crane I built so I could pull motors. It sits up about just shy of 8 feet with a 1-ton chain fall on it. It was necessary, welded like snot, so you're not going to see that. This is my grinder I bought for 65 bucks because the son that got it from his father and hadn't turned it on in 20 years needed some space, so there I got it. 65 bucks. Needed 1 ball bearing and 2 new wheels. Oh, and a faceplate on for one side of the wheels because it was a little square with a cobbed hole in it and was way off balance, and it rumbled a lot. Let me say that. It's one of my workbenches. It's a mess. Didn't clean anything up for this video, as you can see. One of my toolboxes. A current project, I'm making one of these vices out of tubing. Actually, I'm going to be making 3 of them, one for each of my kids. The boiler for my floor, the wood stove when I'm out here working. It's like 25 degrees today, so I don't need anything. It's about 50 degrees in here right now. My first purchase probably 5-6 years ago, after the kids were starting to get married and moving out, I bought myself a mill drill because number one, it was cheap. It was 400 bucks. It worked, turned it on, it cut things, it did well. And I knew I couldn't hacksaw something straight, and I figured this would straighten out all the ends that I miscut. And it worked out fine. Haven't replaced it yet. I should, but I haven't. From my father-in-law, after he passed, I got his knick-knack stuff. I already pulled this off once, but there it is. My little South Bend lathe, 9A. Nice little lathe. I replaced all of the nuts in it because they were very well worn out. I got that for 600 bucks or thereabouts. Put this back end on it so I could have more space to put junk. It's a toolbox, a Mac toolbox that I'm storing for a guy because I've got the room and he doesn't. Oh, and this little box here. This is really interesting stuff. It's drill bits, etc. But I mean, lots of drill bits. Most of them tiny. Too tiny for me to even think that I can cut those tolerances. More stuff. I ended up getting a bandsaw. As I say, I don't know how to cut straight, but this does a fairly good job. Just needs a slight cleanup before I do things with it. That's like 5 years old as well. And then original chassis jack that's now 17 feet long, but it's never had a chassis on it, much to my chagrin, because that's what I built it for, was to hold a chassis. Anyway, This is where I play. I am retired. This is my battery bank that turns on my LED lights in the garage, and my night lights outside, powered by a solar panel. No, the government didn't help me at all on that. I just decided that I wanted to see if it works, and it does. So now I've got proof of concept that I can do something like that, and I might end up doing something more. Stepping outside carefully on the ice. Concrete driveway was free because I did computer work for a guy that has a concrete company, and that's my addition that my father-in-law and I built. Not a carpenter by any, I call it my best tree house ever. It's got 11-foot doors by 10-foot wide. But that's my joint. Hope you enjoy. I guess I'm supposed to say like and subscribe. I don't, I'm not used to people even thinking about looking at my little funny movies. But there you go. Have a good day, guys.